Welcome to Collecting Chaos. My name is James, and this is Cleaning with Chaos. Where'd it go? That seemed really slow to me. I don't know about to the rest of you. Might be one of those nights. I was originally going to show you how to clean some comics. I have 3 that I was going to work on, but might not get to it. You see, I got some packages today, and I decided I might want to open them. So that might be what we do. And what I was going to show you how to use was this. And these are readily available in a lot of different places, and you can get them at all different types of prices. But it works really well on comics. And if I have time, I don't think it's going too long, then I'll go ahead and show you how to use them. But like I said, I wanted to show you some things I got. First off, USPS Media Mail. I know this is comic books. It has no business being shipped media mail. It's a violation of postal regulations. But people don't care. They do what they want to do. I can't find my regular knife, so I'm going to have to use this other one. But yeah, let's see how the packaging goes. Obviously, they cobbled together the packaging. Yeah. I mean, it's packaged well. And the guy didn't charge me for anything, but, and you know, I knew he was going to ship it this way. He didn't charge me for first class or priority mail. So I can't be upset by him sending it this way, but he shouldn't have done it. If the post office had decided to check it out and saw comic books in there, I would have had to pay more money. Or it would have been sent back and he would have had to pay more money. It happens both ways. He uses regular packing tape to, yeah. And I don't have a complaint about that. It is actually packed pretty nicely. Not the way I would have done it, but not bad. See if I can get this. There we go. I got the first section out. Where is my knife? I just used it this morning. Yeah. Well, it opened from the other side, and I have comics all over the floor now. But that's okay. Let's see what we got. These are probably all going in my collection. Witching Hour 24. 57. 25. 66. 69 with a pretty bad spine roll. That's going to have to get fixed. This one has a stain on the back and it needs a press. I might be able to get that stain out. Number 42. Number 40. Number 36. Number 29. And number 36. Do we have two of those? Oh, number 26. Yeah, those are going in my collection. If I have doubles, of course, then one of them will go up for sale. Next, I have a box. We just toss that over there. Next, I have a little box here. We're going to keep it in the floor. Open that up. Now, they sent this one UPS. I definitely paid for shipping on this. Everything on this, or everything in this, is going to go up for sale. Eventually. My mat's giving me trouble and doesn't let my chair slide the way it's supposed to. Let's see what I paid for this one. Paid $20 for shipping. So a little under $80 for the entire thing. And the first thing I have Batman and Robin, Ra's al Ghul on the card. It's in pretty nice shape. Then I have Penance, Generation X. Not in too bad a shape. Not in great shape, but not bad. And because I don't have enough of these, here's another Warrior Nun Ariella. I've got like 7 or 8 of them. Most of them, the plastic is coming off of the card. Yeah, just like that. And same thing, Ariella. This is Shotgun Marianne. Warrior Nun. That's too bad. Too bad they came off the card. I don't have a nice Warrior Nun on the card. But all this stuff is going to go up for sale. Packing peanuts. I hate packing peanuts. From McFarlane Toys, I believe. No, this is Dimension. Sin City, Kevin. This next one's from McFarlane for sure. I'm, like 200% sure. that this is a McFarlane toy. And it's in pretty nice shape. Bolo up, how are you doing? Glad to see you. I didn't have to be, I wasn't over there in the chat side, so it took me a little while to see you. Let's see what else we got here. Unopened, I guess, Little Green Men. I guess it's unopened. I don't know. It appears to be unopened. So I have no idea which one it is. That's a good thing. And I have another one. Again, another Violator 2. And like I said, these are going up for sale, probably on eBay. I might offer them on our Friday night auction first, or a Monday night auction. There won't be an auction tomorrow night. Horizon Picks has something he needs us to leave early Saturday morning for. So we're not going to have an auction tomorrow night. Another Little Green Men, that's 3 of them. It's Universal Monsters Frankenstein. I have no idea. Oh yeah, this is the Burger King in the package. Might have to hang on to that, especially since I have 2 of them. Vampire, what works? Another Spawn toy, and this one comes with a comic book. Special limited edition Overkill. I believe that's a variant. Wonder Woman. This one is probably going to come out of the box and go in my collection. I don't know yet. There's a Steve Trevor. These are from the print is too small for me to read. There's another Steve Trevor and a third Steve Trevor. I think there's like 3 sets of each of these. Not sure. This is Kenneth Irons from Witchblade. General Antiope from the Wonder Woman movie. And another one of her. Probably be selling these as a set. It's another Wonder Woman. Keep one set for myself and sell the rest. No, I don't have a whole lot of time, Gray Man, to do YouTube. I'm busy with other things that are trying to make a little money. Unfortunately, my plan of being supported by Social Security didn't work out because the economy has gone crazy and things have gotten more expensive. So what should have been easy for the next couple of years until I draw my postal retirement ends up not being easy at all. Angelo, hello, how are you doing today? Jackson Roy Kirk, glad to see you. See what else we got in here. Another General Antiope. Another Wonder Woman. That's 4. That's 3 of each so far. Oops. Accidentally knocked myself out of the stream. Queen Hippolyta. Or Hippolyta. And I should have 3 of those. Yep. Got 3 of them. So like that gives me 4 sets. I'll keep one to sell the other 1 set and sell the other 2. Another McFarlane. This is another vampire. What works? McFarlane toys. And get another one. So I got 3 of these, but that's okay. If you don't mind, what's this? 2 more, another Antiope and another Hippolyta. So I have 4 of each of these and 3 of each of the others. And the rest is all packing peanuts. So we'll just stick this stuff back in. It was very well packed. I'm really impressed. They would definitely get a nice review from me. If you saw anything on there that you're interested in getting, just, hit me up. You can hit me up on Instagram or through my channel, whatever you want to do. Instagram has been kind of buggy on me lately. I usually use it on my computer and it isn't letting me. How do they get all this stuff in there? But yeah, I will be offering this stuff up. Probably some of it on Monday. I usually offer stuff to my YouTube people, to people on YouTube before I offer it up for sale on eBay. Yeah. Try to get it all in there. Just stack it on the box and move the box out of the way. Yeah, I like all of them. Yeah, I don't think they mentioned that that one was off the card, but it might have just come off as I was pulling it out of the box. So I'm not going to worry about it. And the price I paid for that stuff, it's a very reasonable price. Um, they will be. I will be offering some of them up on Monday. I think we start that at 8 o'clock on Monday night. Me and Horizon Picks, and he talked about maybe having another guest. I don't know. I'm not privy to everything that goes on with that. But tomorrow night's is canceled, but we're going to have one again on Monday, next Monday. Um, I kind of liked the Monday, doing it on Monday. That worked out well for me. So yeah, the figures will be for sale. If you want to make me an offer on one of them, that's fine. Like I said, hit me up on Instagram if you want to make an offer on one of the figures, one or more of the figures. It's not a problem. I don't mind doing that at all. Uh, some of the stuff in my background is for sale as well. Not the Sensation 10 sign. That's not for sale. That's mine. The Superman up there. No. But yeah, a lot of the other stuff that's in my background, I don't have a problem with selling it. Most of it's for sale anyway. What Battlefront back there on the rack? I think I wanted $10 for that. Yeah, I wanted like $10 for it, and the shipping would be because it's in. I have it as listed as fair, but it's probably fair to good. Uh, so I do 10 on it plus shipping. Be like $4 5 for shipping. I don't know. Boy, the postal rates have gotten recently. I'll go ahead and write your name down for it though. Okay. Yeah, if you want to see comics, you got to go back to take a look at what I just got from my collection. Um, but this is what I was going to show you how to use. Uh, it's real easy, and pretty much people that don't want to try to use erasers because they're afraid to mess up the comic, this is the way to go. But there's some caveats to that. You don't want to do it if you have creases. If you have a lot of creases on the comic, you don't want to use this. If you have, I mean, if the comic's too old, you might not want to use it. But on newer comics where you just have a little dirt on the back, yeah, this is the way to go. I use it a lot. I use it a lot more than what people realize. And some of the comics, one of the comics I plan on cleaning, now this is not for sale. This is actually a part of my collection, but it's kind of nasty, and I hadn't put it in my collection yet. So that's one I'm going to work on right now. And I have a relatively fresh one that's out of the package, and out of the package they stay limp like that. Get me one of my pairs of scissors. I'm going to cut a bit of it off, about a third of it off, and then we'll, if I can, There we go. I got all kinds of stuff at my fingertips, and we'll lower this down so you can see what I'm doing. But like I said, there it is. Let me give some more light. And as you can see, it has quite a bit of dirt on it. And what I'm going to do, all I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm going to go right down the spine with it. And I'm going to press. I'm actually pressing pretty hard, and you can do that with this. You don't have to be as gentle as you do with an eraser. No, I don't buy comics without vowels in it. I refuse to buy the Berserker one because it had no vowels in the title. Now, I don't know if you can tell or not, but some of the dirt's already coming off. It takes a while. See where it's nice and clean right here? I'll use that to go over this next part of it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over the whole comic. And I'm actually pressing down pretty hard. And I'm not worried about the color because it's not going to come off. That's how much dirt's come off of it already. And you can use this until it starts falling apart. Matter of fact, I have some older ones here. As you can see, I used it till it was practically disintegrating. I do like to try to do the same amount on each side. And you notice I'm going towards the edge all the time. And the reason you don't want to do this if you have a lot of creases in the comic is because it'll tear that part of the comic right off. Yeah, I know which one you're talking about. I refuse to buy them. The shop I was going to when they came out asked me if I wanted one. And I went, nope. They went, why not? I said, because the guy doesn't know how to spell. And he thought it was funny, and the other people thought it was funny. And then when everybody else left and it was there by him, with him, he said, no, seriously, do you want one? I went, really? No. And now this isn't going to get it quite as white, quite as nice looking as the eraser or as Immaculate or any of the other solutions that I use will. But it will definitely improve the look of it. And here's the great part. Color, no problem. Go over it anyway, same way. I use these to when I first got these, I got them to use on paperback books. I do have RWBY because Y is sometimes used as a vowel. I only have the first issue though. So it makes it look a lot nicer. I mean, is it clean? Not as nice as I would like it, but I mean, the comic's not exactly new. It's from 1965. And do you really expect a 1965 comic to even look that nice? It did take off quite a bit of the dirt, as you can see. I mean, there's still some on there. And if I did it longer, it would take off more. And you can use a heavy hand with it. Like I said, though, if you have creases on the book, don't use that. Let me see what else I have over here that I was going to clean. If I can find it. Oh, yeah. Here's one. This is a good example. I'm not going to clean the whole thing because it does have some creases. But you notice how it has see that, all that black right next to the spine? Now, this is a Betty and Veronica. I have no shame. Certain dirt remover. There's a lot of different names for it. Use it on oil paintings, lamps, windows, shades, all kinds of stuff. I actually have an old painting that my mom did that I'm going to use it on eventually when I get enough courage to do so. Because her and my dad were smokers, and although my dad quit early on, she continued to smoke for many years, and the soot is on the painting, and I'd like to get it off. So I'm going to take it, and I showed you the dirt there, and all I'm going to do on this is the spine. I'm going to use the edge here, and we're just going to go right down the spine. And I know all of you have gotten comics that aren't that old that have those black spots or those black creases right down the spine, and they drive you crazy. Most of it's off. There's still some. It's good stuff. They're called other things too. But yeah, it's just if you use this first and then you use this, then you use an eraser, you're going to get your comics really nice. Now, see, this one has a crease, so I'm not. When I get to the crease area, I'm real gentle because I have torn them. I have torn comics with this. You know, it doesn't take ink off. I know, watch. See, it doesn't take any ink off of the page. So I don't know that it would take. Yeah, see? The atom number 20. It did not. Now, this is ballpoint pen. Yeah, it's not affecting the ballpoint pen at all. So I would say, no, it's not going to take the ink off. It's like a sponge, but not. I don't know if heating the comic would make it work any better. I'll have to try that someday. And like I said, it definitely will help. This one is from, I think, the 90s. This is from 1991. So you saw me do Silver Age. You saw me do a technically, according to eBay, this is a Copper Age. They extended Copper Age to 1992. I don't know why. I have another one I was going to work on that's newer. Or was it older? It's from 1986, Booster Gold. This one isn't that bad. It does have a crease down here. So I got to be real careful on that crease. You can see some of the dirt on it. And like I said, you can see it's getting pretty dirty. But it doesn't matter. Go right on down the line. Makes a difference. The part I like is you don't have to worry about the color on the comic because it doesn't take it off. It does remove the dirt. Now, if the dirt is really ground in bad, it's not going to take it all off. And you saw that with the first one I was working on. It didn't take all of it off because, it's like 60 years of dirt or something like that. No. This is what I'm using. And since, does that say 18? Yeah, since 1886. Paint USA has been around since 1886. And this is good for all kinds of things. And what I did was I just cut part of this off, so because I figured I was going to destroy it. How much better that presents than what it did when I first started. It's got all of its original sheen is still there. Yes, made in USA. They have them made in other countries too, but yeah, if I have a chance to buy something made in USA, that's where I go. Again, back cover still has all of its gloss and looks a little bit better. So that's an alternative to using an eraser, which everybody talks about. Because if you don't have that real light touch with an eraser, it can remove the gloss. It can damage the book, obviously. And the worst is some of the things I've seen is you have little marks, little lines on it where they don't go over it enough. And what's really nice about this is it doesn't take very long. I've been doing some of my collection and going through with some of them, and it's just 10 or 15 minutes with this compared to a couple hours with that, or 5 or 6 hours total with that. But each one has its own uses. Each one I do use for different things. If I have, like if that Atom had a lot of wrinkles on the cover, I'd use the Immaculate Clean. I wouldn't even mess with it. Immaculate Clean and Cotton Rounds, that's what I'd use. Don't forget about the inside. I mean, I wouldn't use this on, you could use this on the inside. I wouldn't. I just use a cloth like this. And I go over each page. Do that before you start cleaning the outside. Always make sure you don't have, because what can happen is if you have a little tiny bit of dirt on the inside and you clean the outside real good and you don't think about the inside, you have that little bit of dirt or little tiny pebble, and you go to press it, guess what? You got a dent in your comic that goes all the way through and can break color or worse, just downgrade the comic enormously. So it's a good idea not to, or to always make sure the inside of the book is clean. Like I said, I use a microfiber cloth on mine. Some people use air, canned air, and blow them out. That would be a good way too. But I like my microfiber cloth because it gives me an excuse to open the comic and go through it page by page. Which I love comics and I like looking at them. I don't think this is part of my collection. I think this is one that's going to go up for sale. Do another older comic here. This one, is that damaged? Yeah. And even though it's dirty, it still takes the dirt off. Got to be a little bit careful here. It's got a tear right there. I don't want to make it worse. I don't know if this comic is part of my collection or one that I plan on selling. I'll figure that out eventually. I think it's actually going to be going in my collection. I'm not sure. Like I said, it's just this is shinier than this. Or was anyway. This one I think is from the early 70s, 1973. So did Bronze Age, did Silver, did Modern. You know, you can do it on almost anything. Yeah, I've used this on Golden Age. But when I do a Golden Age, I start fresh. I get a clean one. I don't use dirty ones on Golden Age. So yeah, that's all I got for you. Bunch of toys, some comics that are going to go in my collection that I'll probably be using this on. A comic that this is Battlefront number 41, by the way. That sold tonight. Like I said, if you see it in the back, if you see it back here, I'm probably going to sell it. Yeah. Some people say it's just the way I talk, and I don't get real loud, and I just drone on and on. But yeah, you get to see what I do, how I do it. And I decided this was better than making videos. I'm not going to do it every week, but at least every other week I will make sure I go on and try to do it. Any questions? Because I haven't eaten my dinner yet. I do have some Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles up there. I have third print of number 2, which is first cover appearance of April O'Neil. I have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles number 7, second print, which is a harder one to find. And those I think I had prices of like $50 a piece on. And then I have some newer Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which means they're only like 40 years old instead of or they're like 30 years old instead of 35 years old. It's funny how I talk about newer comics. When I talk about newer comics, I'm talking about comics that are 30 years old. And when a lot of other people talk about newer comics, they're talking about the comics that came out in the last 2 weeks. And to them, an old comic is like 5 years old. So everything's relative as to what it is. I'll stick that back there too. But everything's relative as to age. It blows my mind that a vintage comic is a comic that's only that I was in high school when vintage comics came out. Actually, I was in the Army when vintage comics came out. So that kind of blows my mind sometimes. I have stuff that I got ready to list as vintage, only to discover it's over 100 years old. It's either an antique or I forget what the term for books are that are over 100 years old. Antiquarian. Yeah, it's an antiquarian item. And it surprises me because I remember buying them. They were only like 70 or 80 years old when I bought them. And now they're over 100. the idea that in, in possibly in my lifetime, Superman will be 100 years old. 1938. So in 2038, hopefully I live that long. Hopefully I'll be around in another 16 years. He will hit his 100th anniversary. And I'm not talking about issues, I'm talking about years. And, yeah, so like I said, when I talk about a new comic, you don't know if I'm talking about something from 2 weeks ago or from 30 years ago, because to me, all of it's new. When I talk about an older comic, I'm generally talking Silver Age, Golden Age. I'm not talking Bronze Age generally. Because I remember the Bronze Age. I remember when Bronze Age comics came out. They weren't called Bronze Age comics at the time. They were called modern comics or current. They were current comics. Yeah. I've got a couple of weeks on you guys. I've been retired for over a year. That surprised me. I didn't expect that. I went into Walmart to see some people, and somebody mentioned it. Hey, do you realize it's been over a year since you worked here? And I went, no, it hadn't. Yeah, it has. So that was kind of neat. A lot of people are still there. A lot of people remember me. Customers. Why don't you work here anymore? Because I quit. I decided I didn't want to work anymore. Of course, now I work harder than I ever did at Walmart. Walmart was easy. Stand around, write people up, It's all done with machines. Talk to people all day, but I got tired of, it's towards the end of COVID, and people were getting right up in my face all the time. I didn't like it. And I would try to get them to back off, and they wouldn't do it. So I just said, the heck with it. Like I said, I've worked harder here at my house than I ever did at Walmart, because I've been going through all this stuff that I've got and cleaning it up and selling some of it and putting it up for auction or for sale on eBay. I have like 800 or 900 items on eBay. I don't list my eBay store for a reason. I don't want to try to sell the stuff on eBay to you guys. I'll offer it to you guys before I put it on eBay, maybe, not always. But that doesn't mean I'm going to try to point you in the direction of my store. To me, that's just not. I try to keep those two parts separate. eBay's over here, YouTube's over here. YouTube used to take up a lot of my time. I'd spend 60, 70 hours a week on YouTube stuff. That's not making me any money. And like I said, since the economy went nuts and pretty much is in the toilet right now, hey, I need a little extra money because Social Security isn't covering it all. So that's what I have to do. I have to concentrate on things that make me money, and eBay makes me money. Not a lot, but it helps. I have 14 tubs of action figures and toys on eBay. 14 tubs of stuff, of action figures and toys. Most of them loose. A lot of Star Wars. I've got 2 small boxes of comics that I have on eBay. I don't list a whole lot of comics at one time. I'll list 2 or 3 in a day, and that's it. I've gotten to the point where I don't, everybody says, you got to do 10 listings a day. You got to do 20 listings a day. That doesn't make sense because I only sell 1 or 2 items a day. So if I list 2 or 3 items a day, I can maintain and grow very slowly rather than going because I'm listing a bunch of stuff that people aren't looking for. So, Yep, bread and butters. And that's mostly what I use the extra money for, is buying food. My bills get paid by my bills aren't a problem. Those get paid by Social Security, no problem at all. And then I should have enough left over for food. But you got other things. You got to do oil changes in the vehicles, and I got two vehicles, so I got to take care of those. Right now, I need a battery, so I have to save a little bit of money each month till I have the $100 and some to buy a stupid battery for a car that isn't worth $100. uh, Car insurance, got to pay that every month. That's not a problem. That's covered in the bills. But electricity has gone up. Gas is going up. Oil's going up. Fortunately, I don't use a whole lot of propane. I only use it for hot water. So 100 gallons of propane will last me close to 6 months. But that's gone up too. And it's just gotten ridiculous. Because the price of oil and gas has gone up for us, not for the rest of the world. We're looking at, too much money. Fortunately, I don't drive a whole lot, and a tank of gas will last me a month to 2 months. It's not too bad. Anyway, I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to go fix something to eat. I'm a little bit hungry. And I'll see you Monday, 8 o'clock, Horizon Picks channel. We got an auction. Some of the stuff I showed tonight, some of those toys, I'll be putting them up. Not going to be charging a huge amount, not anywhere close to what I'll be offering them on eBay for. But I'll give you guys a break on the price, give you something decent. I'll have a whole new rack of comics. I don't know what's going to go up there yet. I do have some. I've got some Beetle Baileys up there that'll be up there again because I forgot to offer them last Friday. Might clean them up first. I don't know. Probably not. No, I'm not going to. Just going to sell them. I'll show you guys how. I'll show you guys how to clean them. That's all you need to know. We'll see you, like I said, Monday on Horizon Picks channel for that auction. In the meantime, make sure before you handle your comics, wash your hands. It's good for your comics. More importantly, it's good for your health. We'll see you next time I do. Bye.